What are your opinions about the modern swing versus the way you were taught the game?
Well, I think it's what they do today. Do I like it? No. I think it's harder on the body. Today they take the legs out of the swing a lot.
Good morning, guys. Christo Garcia, My Swing Evolution. Yeah, that is a little clip from the My Swing Evolution golf system where I'm talking to Jack Nicklaus about the classic golf swing. It's amazing. All I wanted to do was to be able to hit a golf ball solidly, and I couldn't do it. For decades, I was frustrated with the game of golf. And then I started to learn about the classic swing and how to really move a golf club using my lower body. You may recall Ben Hogan said it's down below with the knees and the hips. So my Swing Evolution golf system really digs into that, and I'm very proud of what it gives because, you know, I had several people that attended this last MSC intensive that saw the My Swing Evolution golf system. In fact, that 3-time USGA winner reached out to me because of the MSC golf system. I wanted to put down in a video for, this is like my PhD thesis on the golf swing. It's different. In some ways, it's old information, but because nobody does it today, it's like it's brand new information. And this information can change your life. It changed mine. I'll tell you, for example, if you don't know what to do or if you have a different concept, you can be screwed, honestly, and you won't get the results that you want. For example, up until 2 years ago, I didn't know how to eat to lose weight and get, really ripped. It's ridiculous. I did not know. It's so crazy. If you don't have the right information, you can just spin your wheels and spin your wheels. So if you're frustrated with a golf swing, I highly recommend you go to myswingevolution.com and check out the MSC golf system. And if you'd like an online golf lesson, you can hit me up, Christo at myswingevolution.com. I can give you a personalized instructional video for your golf swing. So it's a really good way to work together if you live far away from me. And yeah, I'm probably going to put together another intensive, maybe something smaller like a 1-day, 9-hour intensive in about a month. So if you're curious, please, leave a comment or send me an email and we'll get that going. So I'm really excited about, helping golfers get better at the game of golf. You can get better at the game of golf, but you're going to have a really difficult time if you don't have the correct information. If you can master these concepts in level 1, you are well on your way to a dynamite golf swing. But it's very important that we work on the golf swing in order, because I believe the golf swing is a series of solvable problems, but if we don't attack it in the correct order, you can be working on something for weeks and weeks, but it's just a symptom. The real disease is in another part of your golf swing that you have to attack first. So at any rate, this is the first 10 minutes of the MSC golf system. I honestly believe it can save you from a life of drudgery. Hit them long and hit them straight. Hello and welcome to the My Swing Evolution golf system. My name is Christo Garcia, the founder of My Swing Evolution. After millions of golfers watched me rebuild my golf swing on YouTube, I decided to make this video to share the most valuable lessons I've learned along the way. When I finally decided to rebuild my golf swing, I found the preponderance of information available in the magazines, on the web, and on TV to be absolutely overwhelming. So much of it was contradictory. So I set out to find a common sense approach to help me rebuild my golf swing, and it worked. It's worked for me, it's worked for hundreds of my students, and I'm sure it'll work for you today.
Now, a lot of you may not know my backstory, but I used to be a martial arts champion. I'm a third-degree black belt. I was a professional ballet dancer, and for many years, I taught martial arts and ballet. I'm also a nationally certified personal trainer, and I've begun my training to become a yoga instructor. So I've got a lot of experience in movement outside of the world of golf, and that's why I was absolutely shocked when I decided to rebuild my golf swing, that there wasn't a consensus on how to swing the golf club. How could that be? We've known how to swing a baseball bat for 100 years. So I set out to try and create a system that made common sense that could help people to rebuild their golf swing. And that's the My Swing Evolution golf system. I was frustrated for decades because I stuck with a system that I believed in 100% that simply didn't work for me. I was trying to do the modern swing for the last 20-something years, which is what is generally taught by instructors today. Most of the tour pros swing this way, but it just didn't work for me. So I went back in time to the classic swingers like Ben Hogan and Jack Nicklaus, and guess what? All of a sudden, my life started to change. So switching from the modern swing to the classic swing was the most important first step that I took in my swing rebuild. So why don't we take a moment to visit with Jack Nicklaus, who explained to me his thoughts on the classic swing versus the modern swing. My entire golf channel is about the classic golf swing. What are your opinions about the modern swing versus the way you were taught the game?
Well, I think it's, it's what they do today. Do I like it? No. I think it's harder on the body. Today they take the legs out of the swing a lot. Ben Hogan was a flowing motion. It was all from creating leverage by playing from the ground up and the feet starting the downswing and moving through it. And I don't think you have to be quite as athletic today to play golf as you did then. But I think if you add athleticism to what you're doing, I think you'll be better players.
The biggest and most identifiable difference between the classic swing and the modern swing is allowing the hips to open on the backswing and the lifting of the lead heel. Once you see that, you know you're watching a classic swing. I believe this puts a lot less stress on the back, and it also helps your rhythm and your timing. Now, the big difference for me, especially in middle age, was the classic swing gave me a longer swing. I say that most swing problems come from a lack of time and space, but what this did was it gave me more time and more space in my golf swing, and it allowed me to become the golfer I've always wanted to be. As you begin level 1, I want you to keep in mind that these fundamentals are all you need to play a great game of golf. These fundamentals are what brought me to being able to shoot under par. So if I can do it, you can too. One of the most important concepts that I did not grasp when I started my swing evolution was how different my impact position should be from my address position. I remember getting a lesson when I was younger where a gentleman told me to take my address position and said, okay, we want to return right back to this position when we hit the golf ball. That's actually not what we're going to do. And that can be very, very confusing for a lot of golfers. So what we want to do is understand what our impact position is actually going to look like. As we begin our work rebuilding our golf swing, we're going to basically be using a parallel stance to our target line. Our feet, knees, hips, and shoulders are parallel to the target line when we start. Now, when we're going to hit the golf ball, we're actually going to be in a position at impact where our hips have moved forward. Our center of gravity is 4 inches forward. Our hips are starting to open up. Our shoulders are opening, and we have forward shaft lean on the golf club. This is very, very important, and it's the first thing that you ought to practice. So what I do is I work on my address position, and then I press forward into my impact position. You'll notice that my head does not move. This is an absolutely crucial element in the golf swing. One of the things I did wrong for many years is I would throw my upper body forward, creating a spine angle pointed towards the target. We actually want to have our head behind the ball as we move into our impact position with a slight rear tilt to our spine. So always remember, your impact position is very different than your address position. Now, what you'll notice about the impact position is when we hit a golf ball, we're basically opening to the target. So we don't hit the ball in front of our body, we're hitting the ball actually off to the side of our body. Yeah, that's kind of wacky, right? But again, if you're hitting a baseball or you're hitting a tennis racket, it's off to the side. Golf is no different. We don't want to hit the ball right in front of our chest. One of the most challenging things about the golf swing is catching the ball solid. Now, this is very difficult to do if you don't have a consistent bottom of your swing arc. When you're hitting an iron, it's a descending blow, so you want to catch ball first and then create a divot in front of the ball. But so often I would hit the ball fat or thin because I didn't understand the concept of the magical 4 inches. Guys, the magical 4 inches absolutely changed my game. It changed the way I look at what I'm trying to do, and the results started to show up immediately. Just remember, we want to catch a ball and reach the low point with an iron about 4 inches in front of the ball. We want our center of gravity to move 4 inches in front of the ball. Those two things are related, okay? So those are the magical 4 inches. Now for this little wedge shot, all I have to do is just make sure I shift my weight and turn. And that's the magical 4 inches. As we begin working with the magical 4 inches, you will see as I hang this golf club that it's going to want to hang in the middle of my feet because my center of gravity is behind my belt buckle. Now you'll notice when I shift my weight forward, the club head moves forward. This is the magical 4 inches. In this first demonstration, I'm going to keep my center of gravity stationary in between my 2 feet, and you'll notice that my club bottoms out right underneath my center of gravity. In this next demonstration, I'm going to allow my body weight to shift to my left side, and my center of gravity is going to move forward about 4 inches. You'll notice that the club will begin to bottom out farther forward underneath my center of gravity. So what we're going to want to do is make sure that we make a weight shift that's going to allow us to get forward shaft lean and be able to compress the golf ball and move that swing bottom in front of the golf ball. Now when we hit a driver, we're going to play the ball forward in our stance because we want to catch the ball with a level or even slightly ascending strike. But the magical 4 inches is a crucial concept that you must understand if you're going to rebuild your golf swing, because the magical 4 inches is what's going to give us the consistency that we're looking for. Hi, I'm Christo Garcia, the founder of My Swing Evolution. I love the game of golf, and I've played it poorly almost my whole life. Well, a few years back, I decided I was going to start all over again and rebuild my golf swing. And what I decided to do was stop trying to do what all the PGA Tour pros are doing today and go back to the classic swingers like Ben Hogan and Jack Nicklaus. That's where I found the inspiration to recreate my golf swing. And I figured out that it's a lot easier for the average weekend player to swing in the classic style. Well, if you're a weekend golfer and you want to get better at the game, I highly suggest you check out the classic swing fundamentals in the My Swing Evolution golf system. They worked for me, they changed my life, and I'm convinced they will help you hit it long and hit it straight. So go to myswingevolution.com.